name is Eric, this is Mellow7 Gaming, and today we are going to take a look at Solasta, Crown of the Magister. As you can see, I have just downloaded it right now, and we are going to dive into it. So this is a true first look. I haven't even hit play the first time yet, so we'll see if it works this time. Last time I tried to do this for Partisans, it turned off. Turns out I did hit record for that one and recorded the first 2 minutes, and then it just stopped recording. So we'll see if we can not do that this time. We're going to hit play, and we'll see what happens. There we go. First network activity. See, proving it. All right. Solasta, Crown of the Magister. I think it's kind of a dumb name. It just doesn't roll off the tongue. It's not easy to remember. I think they could have come up with something a little catchier, but we'll see if the game is any good. All right, welcome to Solasta, more specifically early access of Solasta, Crown of the Magister. We really appreciate your support. I'm going to turn down this a little bit. Wasn't quite sure where the volume level would be. You're all fantastic. Well, thank you. Please keep in mind you're playing an early access version of Solasta, Crown of the Magister. Apparently they feel the need to get the sentence in at least once and sometimes twice into every sentence. This early access version contains around 10 hours of gameplay and gives you access to the full character creation tool with all ancestries, classes, and archetypes unlocked. Maximum level cap at 6. Full 1.0 will see a price increase and will deliver the entire main campaign of Solasta, Crown of the Magister. It had been a couple seconds since we said that, as well as many side quests for you to uncover. We did our best to provide a strong and enjoyable experience. However, do note that early access version may contain bugs on some occasions. You're warmly invited to send us feedback, reporting bugs or problems, or suggest improvements on our Discord server, as well as our official forums. Our goal is to continue working hand in hand with our players to make a game that is representative of what our community wants. Be sure that our team is currently working hard to release a full version of the Solasta, Crown of the Magister video game that will include lots of additional features and content. Considering the fact that game development is a very iterative process, please understand your save files and early access will likely be incompatible with larger updates and full game release. As such, if you're looking for the complete experience, the full game version of Solasta, Crown of the Magister can offer, we encourage you not to purchase the early access and wait for the release of the full game version. All right, enough reading. Go and enjoy the game. All right. They only said it once in here. Twice. Okay, once per each paragraph there. That's better. That's better. 3 times. 4 times. 5 times. Is what it is. I have seen a few bugs. I've watched a tiny bit of, I won't say gameplay footage, but footage that included some gameplay. So, we'll see how it goes. We're going to do a new adventure. I'm planning on main concept game select. Okay, so we could make characters that we could then run through other things, maybe. I'll just say understood here. Because of the limited amount of time, we probably will play through the entire bit of it. I had considered doing a playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3 as well. I think there's 20 to 25 hours of game time in its early access. But that's still, 40 to 50 episodes, broke up, which is pretty significant. And while the 20 hours of playtime isn't difficult, the additional probably 80 to 100 hours of editing would cut into my schedule a little bit at the moment. I did just accept a new job, by the way. I'm supposed to start the following Wednesday, so we'll see what happens. So I didn't want to get myself too deep into stuff. So we're going to try this. We're going to try to play the full thing. So it is a first look, but it will also be an attempt at a complete playthrough of the early access, the 10 hours or so of game footage that they're giving us. So new adventure. Screen allows you to start a new adventure known as a campaign. World of Solasta. More campaigns are planned. Yada, yada, yada. You have to select 4 level 1 characters. Okay, so this is where we get to make our level 1 characters. Now, this is one of my complaints with both this and Baldur's Gate, the 4-person party. I'd like it to be a little bit more. I'd like to have a couple frontliners, a ranged, a thief, and a couple casters, cleric, maybe a DPS or support class. That's kind of how I run it. So this really limits what you could do tactically. You have to try to find ways to double up on rolls, I feel, or you just miss sections, right? So you can't be really good at everything with this type of thing. which is a little bit So I'm kind of thinking front row fighter, right? Our other front row maybe is a cleric with fighting ability, somebody else that we can have reasonable armor, a shield, whatever, and we can stick in the front row and can pop people. We still need somebody for kind of the lock picking, trap finding, dexterity based stuff, and probably somebody else from a casting intelligence standpoint would be my guess. So I think that's what we'll do. So we'll jump in. We'll start by making a fighter, pool list available characters. Some characters have been generated by us, or you can create your own party of 4. Okay. So they've got a rogue, a paladin, a fighter, a ranger, a wizard, and a cleric, a life cleric. We're going to make our own. I think that is perfectly acceptable. First step of character creation is to develop an ancestry, which will determine your appearance. Some ancestries offer a lineage sub-option. Okay. This is supposed to be all 5e. The race selection is slightly different from Baldur's Gate. It doesn't have nearly the options for customization, but that's fine. From as far back as we're going to play this game, it doesn't matter. So I'm fine with that. So, how about a dwarf? We've got 2 lineages. We've got Hill Dwarf and we've got Snow Dwarf. Hill Dwarf doesn't appear to be... okay, so Snow Dwarf is going to be dex-based, heavy crossbow, whereas our Hill Dwarf is going to get toughness. And he gets a wisdom. Do we want this to be our cleric? I wasn't planning on him being the cleric, but if he's going to get a wisdom bonus and a constitution bonus, he gets some automatic weapon proficiencies. As a fighter, they're probably already going to get a serious number, but as a cleric, he might miss out on some of these. This might be our cleric. Let's go with that. I'm reasonably happy with that. Okay. So his move is he moves 5 cells around and he gets 2 proficiency bonuses. Okay, I like that. Character specific, new power subclasses are granted higher levels. I do like the way 5e does that. As you go up, you can specialize in rather than choosing your subclass right at the very beginning. Or having to dual class to create kind of custom subclasses based on your dual class. I like the way they've done this, actually. I'm pretty happy with this. I think I like this system more than the current Pathfinder system. I haven't played either pen and paper, so I don't really know how well it works for that. But as far as on the computer game, I think I'm kind of happy with this. You can see we don't have the Warlock here, which we have in Baldur's Gate, but we do have the Paladin. So, that's another option. We could go with the Paladin as one of our front row fighters. We could do Paladin, Ranger, Rogue, Wizard, and do our healing from our Paladin, lay on hands. He might be good for that too, with a Constitution and a Wisdom bonus. Except, do Paladins, are they charisma based or are they... Wisdom and charisma. What do they get? Level 2, Divine Smite, Fighting Style, Paladin Spellcasting. Divinity... Ability bonus boosted 4. So we probably want to leave everything at evens except for whatever we're going to boost, which should be an odd to go up. So 17 to 18. Okay, we can only go to level 6, so it doesn't really matter past that. So I'm still not really sure what our prime stat is in this. It doesn't tell us. It says where our saving throws are, but what do we use for our casting? Is that a charisma or is that a... Wisdom? I want to say in Pathfinder in earlier editions it was a charisma based. So let's just go cleric. We'll figure all that out later. We can take a look at divine domains. Oops. So we've got elemental. Let's see. List and always prepared. Thunderwave and fog cloud, levitate, misty step, lightning bolt. Okay. Resistance to fire is halved, and we get a fire cantrip. Okay. Channel, all right. Ice. Elemental. Lightning Blade. Sun. Burning Hands, Ferret Fire, Scorching Ray, Dark Vision. He's already going to have... He should have some sort of dark vision already for being a dwarf, I would think. So that's not really... I would think probably Battle or Life would be best for us. Or Battle or Law, excuse me. Life is the healing class, obviously. Heroism, Shield, Hold Person, Counter Spell. We get Intimidation and an advantage on Intimidation checks. Holy Retribution, Force of Law. Okay. Bliss. Now, we're still going to want Cure Light in here. Oblivion, Insight. So, Battle, Law, or Life. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to get some dice. Uno momento, por favor. I do not know where my normal polygon kind of D&D style dice are. Like, we put, you know, there. All I can find are D6. I got a lot of D6 because the last few games I've played have required D6. One of which had exploding D6s, which is one of my favorite mechanics ever. So I have a lot of D6, but I don't have a lot of anything else. So what we're going to do is 1, 2 is Battle, 3, 4 is Law, 5, 6 is Life. It's a 5. So we're going to go Life. Probably my least, but you know what? That's fine. We're okay. We still get a spiritual weapon. We get Revivify. We get Mass Healing. Those are actually really good. We are bone proficient in heavy armor, and we do, of course, still get our, our weapon proficiencies. Because of being a dwarf. So we for being a cleric, you can see we get simple weapons, but for being the dwarf, we get the battle axe and other stuff. So we're reasonably okay. I'm not upset about that at all. So we're gonna say okay. It wouldn't have been one of our options if we would have not taken it, right? And I'm not sure, we might not be able to click it quite yet, but that's what we're gonna go with. You can see we get a mace, light crossbow, and some stuff there. I'm gonna hit next. Tutorial deity. Clerics and paladins have to choose one of Solasta's deities when created. Selected deity offers a range of divine domains to specialize into. Okay. So our options are Arin. Oh, okay. So he's going to have some of these. Elemental. And then we would pick one down here. So he doesn't have the life that we're looking for. We already rolled it. That's what we're going with. So Arin doesn't have what we want. Einar has battle and law. That's 2 of the 3 we were looking at. Do we go back on our dice roll? Life and Oblivion for Maraka. Goddess of life and death, patron of healers and balmers, embodiment of universal duality. Traditionally, she's Arin's wife. Her cult consists of 2 orders. The Order of Life, Life Regnant, travels the land as healers and defenders. They worship the healing motherly aspect. The Order of Oblivion is the Order of Avengers and Embalmers, where evil tries to pervert the cycle of life and death. The order ensures the culprits are dealt with. Probably this is what we're going with. And then Pakri is Law and Insight. So we're going to go Meraki here and Life, because that's what we rolled. And that's fine. Again, no real issues with that. We're still get our heavy armor proficiency. So we're going to hit next. I love making characters. To be honest, this is one of my favorite bits. And when I did play a lot of pen and paper, every time I had a good idea for a character, somehow or other, my main character and whatever we're doing would die or otherwise become indisposed. I never did it on purpose, but you'd be like, it'd be really cool if we did something like this. And then the DM would roll natural 20s over and over again, right? And down I'd go, So I just like this. This is one of my favorite bits. This is one of my biggest negatives about Baldur's Gate at the moment, is that I can only make one character. Everybody else is a pre-rolled type of deal. I would much prefer to make my own characters. I mean, it'd be nice if you could say, look, I want to make my own character. I'm going to create this, and I want to give it the background for this character. So you still get the storyline, but you get your own, you get to roll the character yourself. I think that would be the best compromise. You could either go without the pre-generated story altogether. The problem is that they bake in some names and stuff as far as the voice acting goes. But you could just say, look, you can make your own character if you want that background. This has to be the name because that's how we did it. But I would like to see something more like that. So I'm much happier with this type of thing. Background determines character's history prior, offers equipment proficiencies, but also the ability to select personality flags, determine social behavior during narrative. Okay, I like that. Character determines the alignment determines the moral affinity of your character, and Solasta alignment is a second form of personality customization. And again, we didn't see alignment in Baldur's Gate 3 at all. I've heard some rumblings that maybe they're getting rid of alignment. I don't know if that's true or not, though, because I don't play pen and paper, so at the moment. So we're just going to say next. You can create strong personality aspects for combining the same flag from the background and the alignment. Oh, okay. So we can kind of double down on some things. All right. Understood. Okay. So obviously we could say back we're an acolyte. We came out of the religious orders in the first place to become a priest. That makes perfect sense. So we're proficient in religion, nature, and insight. We can use an herbalism kit. We can choose an additional language. We get a crafting starter pack, 15 gold pieces, commoner's clothing and herbalism kit, and we can choose an alignment. I think I'm neither overly okay. Casual personality of score of 8. If we go, I don't think that changes much. Oh, wait, so we got here we're authority, lawfulness, kindness, altruism. Pragmatism, caution, altruism, and kindness. We can choose 2 of each of these. Egoism, cynicism, kindness. I kind of like this. I think I want to go pragmatism and over practicality over principles. Ooh, I don't know about that for a cleric. Principles are kind of important. Take care of one's own safety above all. Altruism I like. We're a cleric of life, you know. Preferring to make friends rather than enemies. So we can go that route. So I get us altruism, kindness, and casual. I like the dwarf pragmatism, though. Let's go pragmatism. It's a dwarf, right? Dwarfs are always a little bit pragmatic. And sometimes, you know, sometimes compromise is the way to get to where you need to get to, right? So we're going to choose those, I think. Lawkeeper, philosopher, spy, sellsword, lowlife. We'll look at some of these in other classes. But I think let's keep our characters fairly vanilla at this point. Okay, so we've got that. Pragmatism. Oh, and I get 2 from up here. So these are from the alignment, and then these are from the acolyte. So we went neutral rather than lawful. So I think I'm going to go... double down on altruism. Tendency to sell... I know we made him neutral, but do we... We also made him pragmatic, which means that sometimes skirting the edge of the law is okay. But do we go lawfulness for this one? I don't really like... I don't like these 2. I don't think he's somebody who's worried about his own safety above all. If he was that, he wouldn't become the priest that he is. Alternatively, if he was a violent person, he probably would have gone the other route. Even within that same god, he probably would have gone the oblivion route, I think. So I think lawfulness is kind of our option, and you can be a neutral good person who still generally prefers to follow the law. I think this is probably, you know, I think most people probably are somewhere in there, you know. You might not think there should be a lot of laws, but when there are there, you should obey them because they're there. I think that's probably okay. So I think we're going to go with that route. I like this. I like this so far. It's already causing us to make decisions about things that I might not otherwise make. All right. Ability scores. They go from 3 to 20. I think max to start a first character in 5e is 17, which is what we saw in Baldur's Gate. I don't know for sure, but that's my belief. Bonus under each score. Example strength bonus is added, and it's +1. So it's your stat minus 10 divided by 2. So essentially, every 2 above 10 gets you 1. So 12 is going to be +1, 14 is +2, 16 is +3, so on and so forth. Okay, ability scores can be generated randomly or using a point system. Classes have I kind of think we're going random on this. I really, really like random stats, and I understand that you can roll and get stuff that you want. Provide bonus to ability scores, interest. Now we're going to get +2 to con and +1 to wisdom because of what we took. And I would like to do dice rolls. And these are the dice rolls we got. But we didn't hit roll. It just gave us these. But there's an 18 in there. Oh my God. Do we want to get rid of an 18? The problem is, it's not really a problem per se. What if we went, okay, so if we do this, if we go say 18 for our strength, we go, if we go 15 for ancestry, that goes up to 16 right away. Then we go 13 for a con, which will knock it up to a 15, but then at level 4, we'll get a +1, that'll get us a 16. Now, ideally, we should probably run the 18 as a wisdom, right? I don't know if we can have a 19 wisdom to start with. Let's go here. Let's see what happens. If I put this here, it does give me a 19. And then if I were to go here, 15 strength is still pretty respectable. I would go, he's gonna be in heavy armor anyway, which is gonna give us some negatives. Let's go 9 in dex. 13 intelligence, and he's kind of a gruff dude, right? He's not really the best preacher for converting. He doesn't have the bedside manner you might like from a healer. But the pragmatism, the casualness, the dwarviness, I think goes towards that. So I think something like that is pretty good. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. I tell you what, on our next character, we will hit reroll dice once. And then each additional character will roll one more time. So the first one will hit once, twice, and 3 times for the next 3 characters, right? Let's just settle on that right away, just to see what we get. And those will be the rolls we accept no matter what they are, okay? That's what we're going with. This might be our best character because this is pretty reasonable. This is good stats. All right, stage lets you acquire proficiency in various fields of expertise. Your class and race determine a set of proficiencies or range of options to choose from. The right side of the screen lets you choose your proficiencies by type, origin. You must spend all your points. Okay. Most attack and ability checks use proficiency bonus to determine your efficiency. Starts at +2. Okay. And increases levels 5, 9. All right, so you just put points in and that's it. You don't continually add points as you go up or choose where they're going to go. Once you have the ability, you have the ability, and they all get better essentially more or less at the same time. Is added action rolls? Yep. Understood. Okay. I like the way they're explaining everything. I think they're doing a really good job so far. I'm really a big fan of the character generation as we've seen it to this point. So, choose 2 skills from history, insight, medicine, persuasion, religion, and then an additional language. If we hit auto, what does it give us? Let's come back up and see what it gave us. Let me hit change. Okay, so 2 skills from history, insight, medicine, and religion. Medicine, I think, should be 1. Oh, you are proficient with... Okay, so I automatically get that. All right, so so history, insight, medicine, persuasion, and religion. I already get this. I'm proficient with that, I'm proficient with that, and I'm proficient with that. So I get 2 more. So if I go medicine, I like history. I think history is a good one. Let's do history. I'm fine with that. That's perfectly acceptable. So that's what we have for our abilities. With good insight, good medicine, reasonable history. I don't know if I have that or not. I think we just get the ones that say you are proficient. Like these are the ones we are proficient in. Some of these may not require a proficiency to roll. But you can see we get a +6 on our wisdom stuff. Oh, okay, I got these are intelligence, these are wisdom, these are charisma. I wasn't scrolled up enough to kind of see these are dexterity, these are athletics. Okay, so essentially I could take stuff from here. So now I need to take a language. I've got common, I've got dwarvish. I'm kind of thinking we take something to talk to the bad guys with on occasion. I think as a dwarf, either goblin or orcish would be good. So I'm going to take goblin. I'm going to take goblin as a language. I think it makes sense for him to know that. So let's go to next. I really like this, guys. I hope the game isn't terrible because I really love this so far. Class cantrips. Some classes have access to magic spells right away. Others have to reach higher level. Okay, screen lets you choose which spells you'll be able to cast. Classes and ancestries have access to cantrips. Character must select. Yep. Okay. Simple spells, but you can cast them infinitely. Yep. Okay. Each provides a list of spells tailoring to the class flavor. Clerics have healing spells, while wizards, yeah. Some classes require to select and repair their spells to a long rest, so others are free. Okay. All right. So, we get 3 cantrips. What is guidance? Increases an ally's ability checks. That's not terrible, and we could use that out of combat for stuff. Like we know we have to pick a lock or something like that. That might be pretty good. Light, not too bad. We don't need as a dwarf, but not everybody in the party may have dark vision when we're done at the end, or some version of night sight. One-time bonus to saving throws. Strike an enemy with radiant damage, and touch a die. Okay, so I think I want this, and guidance. So we've got a support cantrip, we've got a damage cantrip, and we've got a healing cantrip. So this is just going to stabilize him. It's not going to give him points, I don't believe. In fact, we can hit Alt here. It says just stabilizes a dying creature touched. So I think that makes sense. I wouldn't mind light, but I think that's fine. Final stage, customize appearance. You can freely select all available. Yep. I'm not as worried about this. You can see we've got 3 faces. I'm fine with this first one. We get various types of hair. Yeah, we'll go with that. That looks good. And a beard shape. Well, yeah, I think we go with the fancy beard, even if my beard is just what it is because I don't like shaving, rather than any great love of my own beard. Once my beard becomes more maintenance than shaving does, it usually goes away. And it will go away at the end of October because I always shave at the end of October, so I can regrow it for No Shave November, Movember, Men's Health Month, whatever you want to call it. So take advantage of that. May cause some... what's the word where they make a mistake from scene to scene within a movie? That type of error, because I may record videos here that are going to go into November. Even though I shave my beard, you might see something in November with the beard. We'll have to see. Continuity errors, that's what I'm looking for. Skin tone. Yeah, you know, he's been underground for a long time. We'll keep him pretty pale. I'm fine with the dark hair. I'm fine with the eye color. Voice?
Nobody has your skills. Bravo! We won't let you die.
Thought I'd miss you, huh?
I like voice too.
Victory.
Oh yeah, we could give him an additional backstory, but I think we're fine with that. Have we not chosen something? Oh, we need a clan. Oh, we can do this randomly. Yes. Fafi? Fafi the Hill Dwarf. No, I'm not a fan. Znork. Aldrich. Eric. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. Bjorn. Aldrich. Zork again. Piotr. Javelin. Baradin. I like Baradin. Let's go with that. In a clan, Black Shield. Baradin, Black Shield. We got a little alliteration in there. I'm a fan. I am a fan. I hope you guys are so far. I think this is turning out really well. I'm not sure what we've missed here. Do I have to type a backstory here? Does that let us finish? We'll just say that. Hit enter. Does that change anything? No. Another character is already using that name. How? We don't have any other characters. Interesting. How about Bjorn Black Shield? Oh, they have a Baradin here. Oh, okay. So it only matters on the first name. It doesn't matter on the last name, but they're pre-generated characters named Baradin, who happens to be a Paladin, Lawkeeper, Hill Dwarf. Okay, that's fine. Now we're going to create a new character. We're going to make all our characters here. It's going to be kind of a long video. I'm sorry about that. We still need our fighter. We still need our rogue / ranged character. Maybe we'll do a rogue with a bow as opposed to a ranger that picks locks or that sort of stuff. And we still need a wizard. You know what? We're going to kind of play, we'll play true to kind of stereotype. We'll make a human fighter. He's not the best. We don't have anybody here that gets huge strength bonuses or anything. So I think we'll just go with the human for this. I mean, we could do the dwarf, right? That got us a constitution bonus, which is a good one. This is just going to get us a straight +1 across the board. We made a male last time. We'll make a female this time. We're going to go fighter. Oh, we can edit equipment if we want. Oh, I didn't notice that before. Longsword. We might come back to this once we kind of build our character. Like if we decide we want like an axe fighter or something like that, maybe we can come back and change that. Chainmail. So I could go battle axe, great sword, Morningstar, rapier. I can go longsword shield or longsword battle axe. Ah, okay. Well, let's leave this for now. We'll come back and look at that if we want to. And that's fine, but we might choose something else. So academic, low life, selled sword. Well, we'll just go sell sword. We'll keep things as generic as possible. This is early access. Let's not dive into everything yet. Let's leave something for the future. I'm going to say that this character is a little bit more chaotic good. You know, it's somebody who's willing to fight for who's willing to pay for them. They're not really a terrible person necessarily. And I just realized I'm covering up the stats. I'm sorry about that. We'll see what we're at in the game. I don't have a good set of screen real estate at the moment. And we do see our stats when we roll them. So I'm going to leave us here for a moment, but just know that behind us it shows strength, dex, whatever, and shows our +1s. I can quickly, where am I? Just so you can kind of see what's back there. Oh, interesting. We're seeing the bottom of the... I didn't get it. There we go. It's giving me an extra little line that's the bottom of the green screen, which actually isn't terrible because it kind of continues the same look of... Oh, there it is. Hold on. I have to get out of the way. Except I block it when I move, which looks a little weird. So we'll just get rid of it. I created this space specifically for Baldur's Gate. Whoops. I'm trying to get this. There we go. Something like that. And we'll lock those in place. We might move them when we get into the game. We'll see. But this was real estate that wasn't particularly used. There was some faces up here for the initiative round, but otherwise... so I just kind of left it here. So we'll see. I like sellsword. I'm going to go... You know what? I'm just going to go true neutral. Pragmatism and caution. I don't get a lot of options, but I think those are both good. We can say violence is probably a deal. Authority, Yeah, I think if you're military, I don't know. Do I go? You know what? I'm going to go cynicism and authority. I kind of like the duality of that. We got 2 of these. Ah, okay. So we probably got one from sellsword and one from neutral. Let's see what happens if we go here. No, it just kept it. It just gives us a double because we're a soldier. Okay, fair enough. Pragmatism and caution there. And then authority and force rules and beliefs with authority and leadership. You know, we're gonna go cynicism. She's seen a lot, right? You know, that's made her pragmatic. It's made her cautious. And just the military, if you're the boss, you're the boss. Doesn't matter if you're in the army or in a gang. I find as a student, the gang members are actually pretty good students because generally speaking, they respect the authority within the group, right? And you're the teacher, you're the boss, you're the leader. I find that those 2 groups really within a school setting actually behave pretty similar, which is one of the reasons why I've never had problems with gang members in my class. I haven't had problems with them. They may have had problems with me on occasion, but I've done pretty well. I think we've done okay. So I really do like this. I know I've said that a lot. All right, we said we were going to reroll 1 time. Okay. We're stretching it here, but that's fine. We can live with this. We're going to get +1 across the board. We're going to go 14 here. We're going to go 13 here. I'm going to give her 11 there. We'll go 11 with there. Maybe being we're just going to have to take the hit. We're not a very likable group at the moment. We're a gruff kind of, maybe that's why we're traveling together, because we're not a group that anybody else really likes. So our stats here are not nearly as good as our dwarf. However, we will get the +1 at 4, which will take us to 15. I think, however, this means we will not be we're not going to be a dex-based fighter, and we're not going to be a big 2-hander fighter. We're going to go sword and board because I don't believe we have the stats to really kind of play in hard to the big 2-handed weapons, and we don't have the stats for to play the dex-based dueling style. So we're going to kind of go. I think longsword and shield is going to be just fine for this character. That's fine. That's what we're going to do. All right, we get some fighting styles. Grant you specific advantages. Okay, so archery we're not going to do. We've already made that decision. Defense we could do. We're going to get an extra bonus to AC when wearing armor. That's good because we may want to keep that +1 dex bonus. So maybe we don't want to wear the heaviest of armors. Dueling, melee weapon, no other weapons, gain a +2 bonus. Yep. Great weapon. When you roll 1 or 2 on damage die, protection. I'm kind of thinking protection. And when a creature you can see attacks a target other than you that is within, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage. Oh, and you must be able to shield. I like that. Let's go with that. Let's take a look at 2-weapon fighting. Yeah, we're going to go protection. We're going to sword and board it. I'm real happy with that. I think that's going to be good. We'll keep everybody else safe. We're going to be good. All right. We get acrobatics, animal handling. Everything that's highlighted here we can choose. Okay. What does acrobatics do? Dexterity check covers your attempt to stay on your feet in a tricky situation. That might not be bad, and that might be a reason to keep our armor such that we still keep that bonus. That's not terrible. We do get something towards it. We already have athletics, it looks like from our class probably. So I'm going to take acrobatics there. Do we take history or we just don't get a lot of good options? You know what? I'm going to take survival. I may not be great at it. I don't always, you're not all, but sometimes you have to salvage on your own. As a mercenary, as a soldier, you're out there. Sometimes, the supply wagon doesn't come in on time. So we'll take a little bit of that. I may not be great at it, but I've had to do just enough, or she's had to do just enough that, push comes to shove, she won't poison herself every single time with the wrong mushroom, right? I think that's fine. Ancestry languages, We get Dwarvish, Elvish, Halfling. Let's go Old Tamarian because we don't have originated from Tramar, the Lost World of Humans. Okay, yeah, we'll go for that. It's a little bit like speaking Latin, I guess. And a background language, the dialect. No. Let's say that maybe she's also happens to have learned a little bit of Dwarvish. Well, we already have somebody that speaks Dwarvish, but we're probably going to get somebody that speaks Elvish. Let's go because of martial stuff. She also speaks a little Orcish. Maybe, you know, there's some half-orcs in there that speak Orc, right? She's picked it up in the camps. I think that's fine. Let's go with that. I think that's a good deal. You know, the Old Tamarian, you know, I don't have as good a background for that, but you never know where she's from, what her parents were. You know, maybe she has a little bit of education. She wasn't stupid. I think we gave her intelligence, so she wasn't stupid. We probably should have swapped that back to wisdom because that's where our stats were instead of history. That's probably a really good idea. No, I like it. I'm fine with it as it is. I was thinking we could swap our intelligence and our wisdom around. Our intelligence is 12, our wisdom is 8. But I think this is fine. We'll do pictures and stuff first. Sure. Okay. Skin tone. We'll go a little, that's fine. Hair, I mean, this is good to get up in the helmet, right? So that's probably not a terribly unrealistic hair for her to have. It looks cool, but I can't imagine trying to put a helmet over those. I think that would really hurt. I think we'll just go, I think we'll play it a little bit short, right? It doesn't have to be tucked up in something. It's mostly out of the way. We'll go something like that. I think we'll just stay dark. Good with that. Eye color, how about green? Sure. Physique. Oh, we can make her buff. I didn't notice that on the dwarf. We might have to, I wonder if we can edit that. I'm gonna kind of put her here-ish. She's not super strong, but she's not a wimp.
Hey, a secret door.
I owe you one.
I owe you one.
I hate those. Walk it off.
That was something. Don't let me down.
Don't believe it.
I'll stick with one. All right, now we need some names. Now we've got that. So, Jody John, huh? It did go with the alliteration. I'm not a fan of that. Celia, I like that. That's a good name. Celia Hawk. That's a good name for a fighter. I like that. We'll go with that. And it will let us have it. So there's our next character. So we've got 2 more characters to make. Let's jump into the next one. New character. We're going to go Marsh Elf. Let's see. What do we get Marsh Elf? We get a Dex of +2. Advantage on saving throws from being frightened. All right, so they're brave. When you roll a 1 on attack ability, you get to re-roll it. You can move through space, through the space of any creature that is a larger size than you. Okay, so you can kind of get around them, roll under their legs, whatever. So we could go underneath the fighter if we needed to, or through the space that the fighter has. That's probably good because that might allow us to get to places where we get some backstabs. Although I think, planning on this being more of a ranged character than a melee character. All right, so and then we get, for being a marsh halfling, we get Constitution +1, and we're good in swamps. Okay. Our island halfling gets Charisma. We don't have any charisma in the party at the moment, so let's maybe go with that. We get common halfling language. We get advantage on dexterity checks for acrobatics. We definitely want to have acrobatics. We still get our +2 dex there. I like that. Let's go with our island halfling. And this is going to be our rogue. Rapier, short bow, burglar's pack, daggers. Yeah, I'm good with that. Let's go next. And again, we're going to kind of... we've got 2 options here. We've got Spy, which might work well with the fact that we already have that we get a charisma bonus, right? So we're proficient in stealth and deception. We get nature and a poisoner's kit, and 2 additional languages. That could be good. If we go low life, we're proficient in sleight of hand automatically. Now we should probably still be able to take sleight of hand because it should be a thief class. But this is a way to get maybe somebody to have it who you don't want to take a thief, maybe a ranger that you want to have as a ranged character, but you still need a little bit of lockpicking in the party. Again, that's a way to kind of get by with just the 4 character classes, or the 4 characters in the party. Stealth and deception. I think I'm going to go spy. I like that. Because of the bonus of the charisma, I think we'll go that route. So I get caution, cynicism, pragmatism, and greed. I'm going to go... You know what? I'm going to say cynicism and pragmatism. We're going to kind of dial down on this. We're going to have a lot of this within the party. We're a very consistent party. We're a group of people that clearly think along similar lines. And then over here, I think you have to be very flexible within your spying, but you also probably are working for a government. So I'm kind of leaning towards lawful neutral. What does that give us? Lawfulness, authority, pragmatism, and caution. Maybe a chaotic neutral? We could double down on pragmatism. I like that. Let's go for that. You know, you have to do things because of the job sometimes. You don't have to like those things. But you have to be, you know, sometimes they have to be done, right? The greater good occasionally requires overlooking the lesser good. Caution is probably a good idea for a spy, but if you're that cautious, if you're looking out for you before the job, if safety truly is number one, you probably don't become a spy. Although you should be always looking for, well, you know, we're going to go with it. We're going to say, you know what? You have to take care of you. Especially in this, you need to be double checking stuff. You need to put that hair over the door handle to make sure nobody's turned it, that sort of stuff. So I think that still works. You just have to think about the carefulness in a slightly different way. But I like that. Let's go for that. We'll jump into the next. So we're double pragmatism. We've got caution, cynicism, and casual. And we were going to roll twice this time. Those are pretty good. I'm going to close my eyes. Okay. We're a reasonably well-rounded character. 15 in the dex is going to get us a 17 at level 8 or level 4. That'll get us up to 18. So that's not too bad. I want one of these in charisma. Doesn't make much sense to get to 15 though, does it? Let's do this. That'll get us a 14 there. I'm also going to put intelligence and constitution. We'll go strength 11. He's not always super wise. That's fine. That'll be our dump stat for this case. But you know, that's not terrible. You know, we've still got a 17 dex, 14, charisma 14. I mean, a lot of 14s. We're pretty well rounded. So you know what? I'm okay with that. All right. We want sleight of hand. We need to be able, we already get it. All right. So that's good. So we could take acrobatics. We get deception already. I'm going to go investigation because I think it fits our spy class. We had 4 of these. I also am going to go performance and persuasion. No, I'm going to go acrobatics in this one. You got to be able to get in and out of the places you're going, right? Then we get 2 trained skills or thieves. Choose 2 trained skills or thieves tools to become an expert in double proficiency. Oh. I'm going to put an extra point into thieves skills. I really want to do sleight of hand because I think that's the most useful, but I'm going to do deception. We're going to play the spy thing, right? I think that makes sense. Ancestry languages. We've got Goblin, we've got Orcish, we've got Dwarvish, we've got, I guess, Terran? I would really rather have the spy's code book. Why don't I get that? Maybe that's a background language? I don't know who our guy would be working for or against, so I'm not sure which. I mean, He's not going to be infiltrating goblins and orcs, although he might be hiding and spying on them. We've got a little goblin. We've got a little orcish. I'll take orc, and then I get 2 background language. What do I need to get spy book? As a spy, you'd think that would be one that would pop up, right? So we'll take Old Temerian, and we'll take Elvish. We'll go the middle this time. We went the first one for the dwarf. We went the third one for the fighter. Yeah, we'll go there. We'll give him a little bit of a beard. I think just brown hair is fine. Eye color, maybe we'll go blue. You know, helps with the charisma. You know, the smiling blue eyes.
Heave-ho! You're not too rusty.
Just needed one hand.
Sure, we'll go with that one. I think that's fine. Now we need a name. All right, so let's go first name. Owen? I'm fine with Owen. That's fine. We don't have somebody named Owen. Whitesail. He is a based on ancestry. Okay, so this, because he's an island halfling, excuse me. He gets, I like that. Owen Whitesail. That's a good name. There we go. So now we need a caster DPS long range character. Now we could go with a ranger as well here, but I think we're okay using Owen as our ranged character. So I think this will be our caster of some sort. And so we can either go elf or half elf. I think we probably just go all in. We'll just go elf. Why not? You know what I'm saying? So we got high elf and sylvan elf. That would have been a good one for our if we're going to go ranger or something, obviously, or even our rogue thief. Half elf. Do we have options there? We don't. What do we get? Charisma. Others increase 2 other scores by 1 point. Okay, that doesn't really help us as much. So I'm going to go with high elf, I think. We get perception, we get dark vision, fey ancestry, dex +2. And if we go high elf, we get intelligence +1. So this is really this and human. Well, I guess half elf as well. We could also get that. So this would be charisma +2 and then +1 to intelligence and something else. In this case, we'll get dex and +1. Okay, that's fine. And again, we'll go back and forth between male and female. And we'll go wizard. We'll just leave those as they are for the moment. Dagger, dart, quarterstaff. We get a couple spells or a couple crafts. So we can go academic, philosopher, or aristocrat. So we've got a lot of options here. Arcana, nature, and insight. History, persuasion, intimidation. Medicine and persuasion. We're not really going... I think we go academic. Arcana, nature, and insight. I think that makes sense. Okay, I'm good with that. Cata good, I'm okay with that. I think those work. So I'm going to go egoism. Let's double down on egoism. Right? I think that plays in with kind of the elf stereotype as well, where they're a little bit better than everybody else. On top of that, you know, as somebody who works in the academic industry, I can tell you there's a fair amount of egoism going on in that, where an academic, the purely theoretical, is so much better than somebody who actually dirties their hands with this crap in real life type of thing. So I think egoism works well for that. I don't think lawfulness, wealth and comfort, or I think we stick with some pragmatism, because we've got pragmatism in there. I think it makes sense that this character shares something with the group that they're going with. And I'll say pragmatism is kind of that glue that binds us together, and understanding that sometimes you just have to do things, right? And then over here, you know, but you still care about others. You know, you're better, but you know, I think we all know somebody like that. You know, it looks down on them. It treats them more like beloved family pets than equals, but they still care about them. I think that's our elf here. So, and we're going to re-roll once, twice, 3 times a lady. God, that was by far the worst stat we got out of all of that, wasn't it? All right, well, we're going to put this here. We're going to put this here, and then we could boost it to 16 when we get there. I'm going to go ahead. I'll put the 12 in charisma. I'll put a 12 in constitution. We'll go 9 and 9. Something like that. I think we'll be fine. By far the worst stats we got in those rolls. But that's fine. We set rules ahead of time. And otherwise, we're just going to sit here and roll all day long to get the perfect character, right? And while that is fun sometimes, I think for now, we'll get in there. So I want investigation and history. Oh, we already get. That gives us. Oh, that's our 2 class skills. Our ancestry language. I think Terran makes sense. That's the old, the language of learning, right? That's the Latin of this. And then we get 2 background languages. I'm going to say Old Tamaran as well. And we don't have anybody that speaks Giant yet, so we'll go with Giant, just because I think that makes it interesting. We cover our bases there. We get cantrips. I think we do kind of the same thing. We go for a damage dealer. We'll go poison spray for a damage dealer. 1 target, range 2. Dancing lights. Oh, we just get 1 cantrip. Range 24. You know what? I'm going to go with this one instead. Oh, no, I get class cantrips. Okay, no, okay, we're good. We're good. I'm with you. I like this, though, because this is long range. I like Shadow Armor. Grants 3 hit points for 1 minute. Okay, so it's just 3 extra hit points. That could be really useful. And then something more... Dazzle, lowers the target's AC. That's not bad. This is more of a they got close to me. We could do light. And we haven't taken that yet. Yeah, let's do that. All right, and our spells. Magic Missile is always good. Increases your AC by 5. Mage Armor's probably good. I'm going to say Detect Magic. That's more of an academic thing, right? We're looking for stuff, right? This is more of your academic kind of archaeologist, right? Somebody who's actually looking into the stuff. Not somebody who's just going back teaching, Hogwarts how to cast the spell. This is somebody who's out looking for stuff, trying to find the answers to the great past, the artifacts, the magic that's been lost, that sort of stuff. I like that a lot. I'm going to go... Color Spray... Charm Person. Thunder Wave. Pushes a character away. I like that. I think Sleep is another good one. And now maybe Fog Cloud? Hideous Laughter is a good one too. Let's go Fog Cloud. I think that's good. So that's taken us out of everything there. So that's what we got. Light, Poison Spray, Shadow, Armor, Shadow, Dagger, Sleep, Thunderway, Detect Magic, all that good stuff. All right. Sure, I like that. That's a decent look. There we go. Do we want to do some crazy? Yeah, we'll go purple, right? Sure, why not? To go with our purple eyes. Physique, I forgot to mess with it last time again. It's okay. We'll just leave it where it's at.
You are a valued comrade.
You are a valued comrade.
You're still in the fight, my friend.
Heave! Now! All your strength!
We'll go there. All right, so now we need names. First name. Elena? Lydiana? Fiocnal? Tegan. I like Tegan. Tegan Sonata. There we go. I like that one. And there we go. We got our 4 characters. So I think that's enough for this episode because it probably took me an hour just to create the characters. But I'll be honest with you, I really like the character creation. I know I've said that already about 16 times, more times than they said Solasta, Crown of the Magister in their initial little write-up about the early access. But I think character creation is a huge part of any role-playing game. And if they miss up on that, they miss that, if they mess that up, I can combine those. It really takes away a lot from the game, and I think that's a huge miss in Baldur's Gate 3, and so far I think it's a huge plus for Solasta. So we'll be back next episode where we actually dive into the game. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you're enjoying this one. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Cheers.